Okay, guys, how's it going? Man, it's been a long day today, a long night, and a long part of the day. Had to go home, check on my mom. We're gonna have a homecoming, another homecoming there. So I'm going to these homecomings all month, right? And my old school I went to before I got in the Army, Norfolk State. Yeah, we're gonna probably go to a football game and go to parade and stuff like that. Maybe tailgate. We're gonna play Delaware State, so y'all check that out. But I want to talk about that game. I saw part of it, third and fourth quarter, when I was in Memphis on the way back to Vegas, and man, that was a great game. The Raiders against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs actually pulled it out, and they were very very lucky to pull that out, 30-29. I'm gonna tell you that was very unfortunate with Da. He caught the ball, and actually they had it in field goal territory. If he would have caught that ball, it was like with 2 minutes, less than two, I think around 2 minutes in the game. He caught the ball. It looks like he had both of the feet down, but he didn't have the control of the ball. So he ended up having one foot in by the time he had control, and the other foot was out, man. But that was a nice catch, though, man. I don't know, on a better day, maybe if it wasn't Monday Night Football, one of those 1 o'clock games, then I think that would have been overlooked. But there's just too many eyes on the prize. Uh, Monday Night Football, everybody's watching that game, so. But man, that was a hell of a game, a hell of a contest. But I got to tell you, that's why I think that again, it's these little stuff, the little things that add up, and uh, kind of like in a strategic way, from that kind of standpoint or that calculus, it's good to get those type of wins on teams that you know that you can beat. All right. So when you meet teams like Kansas City or these other, stellar teams, the Eagles, you may lose, but you'll have, I don't know, more wins than losses. And I just felt that the Raiders are a very much better team than they played up until the night. They did play well. Um, but I think that it's critically important that the Raiders, they take advantage of a lot of tic-tac mistakes that they were making against San Diego, the Cardinals. Those are the games that they should have won. They should have been 3-1 or 4-1 before they even ran into Kansas City. I'm thinking the Raiders right now, out of all fairness, could be 4-2. Okay, 4-2. Then that would be a fair start. Okay, and that just be a matter of probably getting the people that they need on defense, especially that secondary. Um, and it was some key injuries. Waller was hurt and Moreau, both two tight ends, so they were only down to one tight end, but the Raiders were able to make up for it with Matt Hollins, the young receiver. Winfro came back and had a couple of critical catches, and also Jacobs. Uh, and I'm trying to think, it was another guy, it was another fullback who had made a few catches and made some big plays. But all in all, let me see, my memory serves me right. Carr had 241 yards. Okay, I don't remember the completions, but all in all, he did have a good game. Okay, he threw 2 touchdowns. Jacobs had 54 yards rushing, and Devontae Adams had 124 yards receiving. I thought he had a great game, man. You know what I'm saying? I still think that Carr and Da is the best combination in the league. You know, but the record has to prove itself, and he had 124 yards with 2 touchdowns. Okay, give me a second here. Yeah, the only error, and I think, hey, that was just barely. There's just that catch there in the fourth quarter. On the flip side, if you guys like Mahomes, and Mahomes is a baller, the one thing people maybe you don't know is, if you do know, see, Mahomes was a shortstop in baseball. So he's got the capability of cutting left and cutting right. And it's my understanding he can throw with both hands. Okay. Oh, yeah, pass with both hands. So he's very, very dexterous, very, very, he's ambidextrous. I'm saying that's a great play. I'm thinking if there's going to be the next great player like Brady, it'll probably be like maybe Patrick Mahomes might be fairly close. But the thing is he going to be able to play for 20 years? Okay. But anyway, I believe he had something like 250 yards. He had actually almost 300 yards, very close to 300 yards. Uh, they had a couple of receivers that ran, I think that caught like, I don't know, what, 40, 50 yards on Kansas City. But Travis Kelce was tearing them up, man. That tearing up that secondary. He had 4 touchdowns, okay? 4 touchdowns. So he scored all the touchdowns, scored all the points. And with that, Travis Kelce is like now amongst one of the top 5 receivers now in NFL history, okay? Either in yards or in scoring, one of the two, okay? So I just have to say, hey, they had a very outstanding performance, and they played at home, so in Kansas City. So that's very, very tough to win in Kansas City. But I do know if any team is capable of doing it, more than likely it's the Raiders, and that happened before a couple of years ago. Kansas City only lost one game other than losing against the Tampa Bay Bucks, and that was against the Las Vegas Raiders. So hopefully the next round is going to be different. Okay, let's just see what happens. Uh, that it was so pretty much. I think it was injuries. Waller was out. That secondary, they need help back in that backfield though. This is the Raiders. Okay, and Jacobs couldn't get in that 2-point conversion. So like I say, is these little tic tac stuff. It's kind of like what they call colloquialism. A bunch of events, unfortunate events that lead to a failure. And I hope that the Raiders are able to tighten up on that because there's very, very, very little margin of error in this game. So let me know what you think about the game and so forth. Next week is a bye. So, all right, maybe the Raiders can lick up their wounds and get back out here. Hopefully after the bye, the season will be a lot more exciting. They'll get in and win. So subscribe, like, share, leave your comments. Cash App $ Wentz inspired you if you want to donate. Check out some of my other videos, and thank you for your time.